Hi, I'm Sean Michael Reagan, and you're watching Cool Tools. So this jumped out at me on Amazon the other day, and though it looked pretty gimmicky, it was quite well reviewed, so I thought, what the heck for 10 bucks? Still, when I got it out of the package, I was not very excited about it. It's not that it's poorly made, it's that it didn't feel like I was expecting it to feel. For one, this spring is floppier than I imagined it would be, and my brain thinks this is a punch. It's not supposed to be floppy, right? For two, the tool doesn't break symmetrically in the middle. If you look in between the coils there, you can see that one end is a lot shorter than the other, which really kind of aggravated my OCD. In both cases, though, it turns out there are good reasons for those features, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. Anyway, I tried it out on some mild steel scrap and was instantly converted. It's a hard thing to give a sense of on camera, but it just feels great to use and gives great results. This spring has to be a little floppy so you can tension it without having to strain real hard and maybe screw up your other hand position here. It's double-ended with a prick punch on this end and a center punch on this end. And if you don't know the difference real quick, a prick punch is sharper, usually with a 40-degree included angle, and easier to position precisely, whereas a center punch makes a wider, shallower hole that a twist drill point will ride in without wandering off when you're trying to start a hole. Usually a center punch has about an 80-degree included angle. And when you're trying to be really accurate about where you drill a hole, you want to use them both. You start with the sharp prick punch, and then, once the divot is located precisely, more or less, you widen it out with the center punch. And if you think about it, that's why the two sides of the tool are not the same length. The sharper prick punch is longer, which means the mass that's hitting it is smaller, because you don't need to deliver as large an impulse to punch to a given depth with a sharper point. Conversely, the center punch side is shorter, meaning the mass that's hitting it is larger, so it receives the larger impulse that's necessary to punch to that same depth with its wider point. If you're old school, this one tool that weighs 2 ounces and is about the size of a ballpoint pen replaces these 3 tools, which together are about the size of, I don't know, a hoagie, and weigh almost 2 pounds. If you were born after the Second World War, this tool replaces these 2 automatic punches, each of which is about the same size and weight as this one. And in terms of mechanical complexity, well, this tool has exactly 3 parts. These 2 tools together have a total of 16 parts. Here, your prick punch and your center punch can't get separated from each other, and instead of having to find and pick up a second tool while you're working, all you gotta do to switch between them is just flip it over. If you're willing to buy super cheap tools, you can get a set of 2 automatic punches for the same 10 bucks you paid for this guy, but you're still just breaking even on cost. And this thing works better than any of these I've ever used. Okay, thank you for watching. As always, you'll find affiliate links down below the video. If you've seen something here you like, please do check those out, as well as our blog and our podcast over at cool-tools.org. We'll see you next time.